The meeting to order, please.
Councilmember Cormack. Councilmember Du Bois. Mayor Filseth.
Here.
Vice Mayor Fine.
Here.
Councilmember Niss. Councilmember Koo.
Here.
Councilmember Tanaka. 6 present.
So first on the agenda, first up tonight is agenda changes, additions, and deletions. Welcome, Acting City Manager Lacan. Are there any such?
No. None that I've heard of.
We then move to City Manager comments.
Great. The Planning and Development Services Department is proud to announce that the California Preservation Foundation has recognized the city's Preserving Eichler Homes guidelines with a 2019 Preservation Design Award to be presented at a ceremony on Friday, October 18th in San Francisco. So it's really great news for an award win. Next up, the Highway 101 bike bridge is continuing progress towards construction. Caltrans approved the project's authorization for construction last week, and that means we can advertise the project for bidding. That will happen later this week. Bids are expected in mid-September, and staff expects to bring the construction contract to council in October. The Recreation Division reports that it had another successful summer. A total of 899 participants were served, bringing in more than $292,000 in revenue. They hired, trained, and led a total of 39 camp staff, including coordinators, site directors, counselors, and a videographer. Campers enjoyed going up to Foothills Park, where they had a wide range of activities, including hiking, canoeing, arts and crafts, storytelling, and overnight adventures. An update on the Charleston-Arrastradero construction progress. Phases 1 and 2 are approaching completion. Median concrete curb work was completed on Phase 2 on July 19th and on Phase 1 on July 31st. New striping and signage was completed on Friday, August 9th in anticipation of school starting this week. Additional signage has been added, and staff anticipates that these actions will make the new medians more visible as drivers adjust to the changed conditions. Public Works and the Office of Transportation will continue to monitor the area to see if any additional changes are needed. While most of the hardscape work has been completed, the project is not quite finished. Irrigation work is happening now with landscaping, tree planting, and other work to follow. This week is actually the beginning of school. The middle and high schools begin tomorrow, Tuesday, while elementary schools begin on Wednesday, August 14th. With over 65% of PAUSD students walking or biking to school, close to 6,000 students will be navigating on foot or on bikes, many of them for the first time, around town and on their way to the new schools. So we are asking that everyone please be extra cautious and share the road safely, even if it means leaving a few minutes extra early or arriving a few minutes late. The City and Safe Routes to School team has been hard at work preparing for the new school year, distributing walk and roll suggested maps to incoming elementary, middle, and high school students. And community members are welcome to use Palo Alto 311 to report any safety concerns or overgrown vegetation that might impact on the route. The only upcoming announcement for the community for Saturday, August 17th is that we will have block preparedness coordinator classes, or a class at Mitchell Park Community Center at 2 p.m. It's a 3-hour class that certifies members of the public to be a part of the Emergency Services Volunteer Program. Meetings coming up Next week, a rail grade separation expanded citizens advisory panel, also known as XCAP, is Wednesday, August 21st, 4 p.m. at the council conference room. The North Ventura Coordinated Area Plan Working Group, the NVCAP, that's also on Wednesday at 5:30 in the community meeting room, so just stay for both. And then on Thursday, August 22nd, the San Antonio-Charleston Road intersection improvement project community meeting will happen at the Oshman Family Jewish Community Center. Finally, looking ahead, Sunday, August 25th from 2 to 4:30, a free summer family day at the Palo Alto Art Center, a creative afternoon for all members of the family celebrating the art of printmaking. And that's it.
Thank you. We now move to oral communications. And are there any speakers? We have one speaker, Rebecca Ward, and you'll have 3 minutes. Welcome.
Thank you very much, and thank you for the opportunity to speak. First, I'd like to ask, in adherence to government transparency and pursuant to PAMC 2.04.030, the City Council should vote in public on whether to release the closed session roll call vote taken on June 10th related to litigation with the FAA. There is no negotiation, mediation, or any type of settlement discussions with the FAA that would preclude the council from releasing those votes. As a matter of fact, council members and the city have stated the FAA refuses to engage with us. The public has a right to know how elected council members voted on an important issue. Second, I'd like to say something about the remedy that you chose, which was basically the regional process. That's the same thing you chose in 2018, and noise got worse because they actually put a waypoint in the middle of Crescent Park. So then doing the same thing and expecting something different to happen in 2019 just isn't going to get us anywhere. And then I read the letter that you wrote to the SCSC roundtable, which you by your own admission called them nascent and having competing interests, as that would be our solution, and it absolutely is not. At a bare minimum, the city should actually approach the roundtable that's actually impacting us, the SFO roundtable, and ask for membership there. SFO arrivals are what's impacting us. We should go to them and ask for a seat on the roundtable, like we've done in the past, but I think they're open to talking to us about that. It's SFO who is impacting us. It's SFO who funds their community forum. It's SFO members who actually make requests to the FAA that ask for routes that change things and actually move traffic over Palo Alto. So it seems only fitting, if you're going to depend on a regional process, you actually depend on one that will make a difference. And I think at least getting on the SFO roundtable would do that. And lastly, because you mentioned it's school week, I would remind you that one of the employees from JLS Middle School got up here and said, you can hardly hear the kids speak. It's time that you took this issue seriously and did something serious to make an impact for all of us that are living under these rails. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to speak.
Thank you. We now move to the consent calendar. I have a light from Councilmember Koo.
I'd like to register no vote on number 7, please.
On 7. Seeing no other lights, I have a light from Councilmember Tanaka.
I'll do no on 7 and a, yeah, that's it.
Motion?
Seeing no other lights,
I'll move the consent calendar.
Sorry, no on 4 as well, sorry.
consent calendar moved by Councilmember DeVois, seconded by Councilmember Niss. Would you vote on the board, please? And that passes 7-0. Councilmember Koo, would you care to speak to your no motion, your no vote?
It just feels like every time applicant wants something, changing the laws here, which actually protects the residents, just keeps on changing, just to protect, just to get the applicants to be able to have what they want without really considering or fully working to consider the safety and health of the residents. Just seems wrong.
Councilmember Tanaka, care to speak to your no votes on items 4 and 7?
Councilmember Ku already spoke on 7, so I'm going to skip that. On 4, it just seems like a very long payback period of 36 years.
Okay. Next item, state federal legislation update and action. Is there any? Council member questions, comments, and announcements. I see no lights on the board for that. Council member Ku.
I'm sorry, I'm looking for my notes. So I did go to the San Francisco Roundtable meeting. I just want to give a little brief update. On August the 8th, on the 7th, San Francisco is proceeding with their ground-based augmentation system landing system, and their innovative GBAS approaches are now targeted for the latter half of 2021, and they will circulate the innovative approaches with the San Francisco Roundtable and then the FAA for final approval. However, FAA is the sole arbitrator. San Francisco Airport is also doing their expansion plan, and their EIR went out. Supervisor Pine at the time had asked for cities to submit their comment letters, and the city has submitted. It is on the city's website. Also, at the last meeting, we were told that noise monitors are going to be replaced replacing the previous monitors, but in the same location. Given that the noise has expanded into different areas since Next Gen, I hope that they will consider additional monitors in different locations that are needed. On the Pirate 2 update, San Francisco Roundtable's technical consultant had shared that FAA is evaluating a long-term solution, but no additional information is available at this time. The Santa Clara Santa Cruz Roundtable is having a discussion about having all the roundtables meet and coordinate so that each can communicate. So that would be San Francisco Roundtable, Santa Clara, Santa Cruz, and Oakland. And San Francisco Roundtable has identified Councilmember Ann Wengert of Portola Valley, and so we just need to get the other ones identified through their roundtables. That's it for now. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for doing that. So, there are no action items on the calendar for tonight, but we have a healthy closed session schedule with 3 items on it. One is an update from the city's legal team on the status of litigation relative to the Edgewood Market. One is a discussion of a litigation case, El Sayed versus City of Palo Alto. And the third item is a discussion of performance evaluations for the city manager, city attorney, and city clerk. So could I have a motion to go into closed session, please? Moved by Councilmember Niss, seconded by Vice Mayor Fine. Would you vote on the board, please? And that passes unanimously. So thank you for coming this evening. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. Public comment on the closed session. Yes. Thank you for catching that. And Candace Gonzalez. And you'll have 3 minutes.
Thank you. Good evening, council members. I'm Candace Gonzalez, the Chief Housing Officer of Sandhill Property Company. I am also a Palo Alto resident. In fact, I live in the Duveneck area, and Edgewood Market is my neighborhood grocery store. I love the grocery store. My family shops there, and we would love to see it survive and thrive. To be clear, the lawsuit at hand has nothing to do with the grocery store remaining open. What will help it survive is if all the residents support it. And by all the residents, including includes my family. We check in with the owners. They try really, really hard. They have high-quality products. They have events. They really try to cater to the community. But what they really need is for people to support it, not use it as a convenience store, but use it as a neighborhood market. And that's what will guarantee that it stays open. And personally, I would love to see it stay open. So thank you.
Thank you. We will now go into closed session, and we'll return briefly to adjourn the meeting once that is done. But other than that, there's nothing else on the agenda tonight. Thank you.